Good afternoon, viewers. This afternoon we
Good afternoon too.
top monthly talks, lessons from Africa. We have one of the top experts, Mr. Mutulla Kassy. Mutulla Kassy is trained agronomist who has worked in various places, and right now is working with the community around Siaya in partnership with Siaya Technical Institute to develop the agro-business in that place. Mutulla Kassy was trained by TOP in 2018, and he transformed his former working place, that is near Girls High School, that when you enter the gate of the school, you discover that food can also be flour. And beyond that, there was food security in that school to the extent that they were able to reduce their consumption. I want to introduce Mutulla to share with us some lessons of how TOP has helped him to transform the mindset of the community he has been working with. Welcome, Bana Mutulla.
Good afternoon to everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm Mutulla Kassy, as earlier introduced by my mentor and my teacher, Mr. James. I'm trained an agriculturalist. I'm trained in sustainable agriculture and rural development at Baraka Agricultural College, meant to work with and for the community, and also to change the mindset and livelihood of the community that surrounds us. Currently, I'm working at Siaya Institute of Technology together with a community that surrounds employed Siaya as a cultural technique that is near Girls High by 15th July, and I was absorbed by the Siaya Technical Training Institute. Since my introduction to Siaya Institute of Technology, I believe that for around approximately 4 months that I've been working at Siaya Institute, I've managed to change the mindset structures that are in the school. And it is true, and also my principal will confirm one day if your team will visit Siaya Institute of Technology, that there was no instructor that was interested in visiting the farm, simply because they are not seeing things happening the way they want. When I was given the opportunity to be the agricultural technician, I first of all asked them to help me identify what their problems were. I was given a number of problems. It's not productive, farm is not marked properly, landscaping is not done properly. They wanted us to produce vegetables to supply to the school. They wanted us to produce more milk to the school so that we don't source milk from outside. And then I asked, are there resources? I was taken to the farm and I said, I would want to work with the little that is there to bring change, so as to urge them to do me more. Actually, to speak the truth, when I came to Siaya Institute, I kept on calling Mr. James every now and again to seek for advice, because it was not easy to change the mindset of the people of Siaya. They were used to, this thing was tried this way and it did not work. This was tried this way and it did not work. When Mr. James told me, my son, I would want you to go ahead and bring change, I got that courage, and I continued. as I shared with Mr. Felipe some photos, and now I started working at CI Institute of Technology. You can see, if you can share with us, you can
Yes,
share with us.
as Felipe shares the screen, maybe you can tell us when you went to that community, what exactly
Yes.
was the challenge? What exactly was the impediment? Why were they not able to make any progress in their agricultural endeavor? What were the main challenges they were facing as a community?
What I got, or what I realized that was a problem at CI Institute was that there was already a mentality that this cannot work. This cannot work.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot produce,
Mm-hmm.
Sierra soil cannot produce vegetable. Sierra soil can,
Mm-hmm.
the Sierra dairy, Sierra indigenous animals cannot produce milk to serve the school. That was a major problem. And
Mm-hmm.
the principal, the principal was saying that he wants somebody who can change the farm, that can help the other students doing other courses to admire agriculture as a course.
So,
I
so
tried
when you are
so
there,
much.
uh-huh.
Yes, I tried so
So,
much, and
uh-huh.
at
Go
the
on.
moment, I'm happy that the invention that I started at CI Institute enabled the school to host World Food Day for Sierra County.
Mm-hmm.
And by that, we were supported by GIZ and the JFA, who sponsored the event. After that event, the JFA and GIZ now started a program of short course on how to train farmers on competent-based training on poultry,
Mm-hmm.
bee keeping, and honey processing. We also have of passion fruits and production of passion fruits, and a poultry, we will be measuring on indigenous birds and indigenous poultry and incubation, artificial incubation. So I'm very happy. And last week we had a road show led by our students, agriculture students,
Mm.
enticing the community, telling the community what SIA is now in a position to produce, what SIA can give back to the community. And so
Mm-hmm.
far so good. We are targeting 2,000 farmers or 2,000 students. Students from other departments like social work students, engineering students, quite a number registered to undertake the CBET course training that is to begin like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks time. I was very happy. I'm also very impressed with the way my boss is always appreciating what I'm doing and is always telling me to keep up and always advising me not to lose hope and to continue working with my colleagues. Um, so far, so good. I'm happy with the work that we've done. I'm receiving from the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fishery from Sierra County. They're usually coming. They're paying us a visit. Students are coming to the farm for practical work, which was not there initially.
Uh-huh.
Students that are
Mm-hmm.
doing their students that are doing their last module, module 3 NEC diploma, Kenya National Examination, they are crying that they wish I was employed in that institution when they began their studies. That was around 2019. But I'm usually telling them it's never too late. Let them come, we do revision. Um, I'm employed to work Monday full day, Tuesday half a day, up to noon, then I break. Wednesday full day, or Thursday half a day, then I break. Or Friday full day, Saturday full day, and on Sunday I'm having a rest. Now you find that on Tuesday that I'm working half a day and Friday, I cannot leave the school compound because I'm busy with the candidates doing revision. Also on landscaping, cut-off drain making, as you can see is shared on the screen. Cut-off drain making, some are coming so that they can learn on animal health, animal livestock diseases and their control, positive agents. So I feel good to see students always making me busy. I usually tell them to ensure that they get everything from me until I feel my brain is empty so that I do more research. I usually also tell them that I have experts in top Kenya that whenever they ask me a question, I usually tell them to do research and ask me that I cannot answer because I've got my most senior chief retired principal, Mr. James Otieno, who will always help me in line of mathematics and things to do with physics and chemistry. I've got Mr. Blood, who will always help me there. So many people are there. IT experts are also there like Mr. Philip. So to me, I have no problem with my students. Whenever they attack me with any question, I just go through my notes because whenever we have top global meeting, I usually take notes from the meeting. By taking notes from the meeting, that one, whenever I read through, I do more research. That one helps a lot to check on how I can handle the students.
Mutulla, I'm seeing something called cutting of what? There's a Philip, can you go back the photos? There's some picture there where you have drain. Cut, yeah, that one. What, can you explain what's happening here? Construction of COD, cut of drain and terraces in farm
Can't hear
to
you?
help in control soil. Yes.
Yes. Come up again, please.
On the screen is the construction of
Yes.
cut of drain and
Yes.
terraces in the farm to help in control of soil erosion and for land demarcation.
Soil erosion. Yes.
Is it a form a
A
way of
COD is a cut
yeah?
of a COD is a cut of drain, a tunnel dug 2 feet by 2 feet by any length. The first tunnel is done keeping the soil on the lower side, and we call it fanyachini. The fanyachini helps the runoff water that are coming from uphill to erode the farm. It helps in holding the water and the soil, the topsoil that were being swept away by running water. Now, if you go to the second cut of drain, we keep the soil upward and we are calling it fanya juu. Fanya juu is a Swahili word, but it is authorized to be used in our field of study of agriculture or in theoretical. The soil that is deep at the bank, the upper bank, helps to block the water and the soil that might be taken away again. Hence, making something like a table, as stairs. So, if you do fanya juu and first one, the first COD you do fanya juu, followed by fanya, the first COD, sorry, you do fanya chini, followed by fanya juu until the end of your garden. That is a COD construction, cut of drain, terracing. So that one helps our farm to look smart, and it also helps you to demarcate your land, whereby you now identify in block A, I'll be planting leguminous crops. Block B, I'll be planting this particular crop. Block C, block D. Now, after first season, you will be doing crop rotation, whereby the crop that you planted on the first block, you can take it to the fourth block. For the one that was in the fourth block, you can bring to the first block. Now you keep on changing. You keep on changing them.
Mutulla, I have a question.
Yes.
So this is a better way to retain water in the soil? is it helping to retain water in the soil in this way? So also if there is a dry season, it still can grow the crop.
In a way, it is under soil and water management. It helps us manage the water, the runoffs that are running in our farm that is also destroying our farms. And majorly, it helps in soil conservation. Majorly, it's helping soil conservation.
Okay, and how did you study these methods? Where did you study it?
Wow, I studied it at Baraka Agricultural College. I studied it at Baraka Agricultural College, where it was a module course under agricultural engineering.
Now, Mutulla, did you now say that it was the poor management of the land, of the soil, that contributed to the negative attitude of the people around in that community, such that they were not seeing anything possible? But now when you start managing the land properly, then they are seeing the results.
I will say yes.
And so part of the negative attitude or the lack of interest in agriculture lies on how we manage the soil.
Yes, sir.
So how did you introduce this to the point that you talk of students? One thing we always know, that young people don't like agriculture. In fact, young people will rather do some computer games and do other subjects, but not agriculture. So how did you transform their thinking?
Oh, number one, I use top 3 principle. I tapped my potential, also students' potentiality, and then by transforming their problems using technology. Now, I realized that the problem the students were facing was that they lacked money to buy vegetables. So it was as simple as ABCD. I told the students, kindly work with me in the farm, and whenever our produce are ready, all agriculture students will be given vegetable for free, so long as you do the management of the crops, like feeding, planting, spraying. You will be given vegetable for free whenever you're leaving for home, twice a week. And that one made everybody to come and work in the farm. We are given this for free. To them, they know.
No, but Mutulla, it's not for free.
Them to according to them, yes, it is not for free, because they're paying for what they worked for, or they're being paid for the work they've done.
But basically, Mutulla, I want it's not for free, because you encourage, you create a economic system that they give labor and get the fruits of it. So it's not for free. It's an exchange, and I think it's very brilliant. Exactly. And don't say it's for free, because it's a double gain, because they give labor, they get fruit, but more important, they get the knowledge how to grow the vegetable and fruits. So that it's much better. And as you connect them to agriculture, where before they were not connected. So they work little and gain on knowledge, motivation, and vegetable.
Sure, it is true the way you're saying it. And according to them, they're saying they're getting it for free. But according to me, I'm giving them in exchange of the services they offered to us.
But part of changing the mindset is for them to see that it's not for free. They get it for the labor and what again. So in the old mindset, it's for free. In the new mindset, is an exchange. It's a kind of a prosumer mindset. And maybe I think part of the changing of mindset shift is also to use new term. So it's not only that they are connected to the agriculture, but they also understand what they give and what they get. And nothing, it's not free in this sense.
Okay, in this slide, we can see the kind of vegetables that you are growing. Can you provide more details?
Yeah, the vegetable we can see on the screen are the spider plant. Spider plant is an indigenous vegetable that is both rich in iron and it's also good for our body. This vegetable, traditionally in Africa, most African communities used it as herbs. Like the spider plant was used to treat stomach ache, and it is also recommended for our mothers that are breastfeeding. So it's a very nutritious vegetable. The ones that we can see on the screen there. And we've got varieties of them, not only the blackleg, not only the spider plant.
How many students have been working on the land, and what is the size of the land you are working on?
Come up again.
I was
asking how many students are you are working with, and what is the size of the land at the moment?
At the moment, CIA Institute, as a college, we are allocated 3-acre piece of land to be used for farm practice, both for students' plots and for commercial purposes. The number of students that we are working with, students are over 200 in different categories. We've got the artisan class, we've got the module 1, module 2, module 3. And there are over 200. And they work in farm in shift. They don't come once. They work in shift, Monday to Friday. Like as you can see, the lady holding a spade there came to the college. She did get a grade that would allow her even do certificate course, but she was enrolled at CIA Institute to start with craft in agriculture. Artisan in agriculture. She finished 2 years in artisan. Right now, she's doing her certificate in agriculture. She's called Grace. The boy that's behind the lady is doing his diploma in agriculture. He's under National Youth Service. Also, the other one that is behind there. When they heard that I want to do things with the cut of grain or CODs, they told me that they have some knowledge on that, because that's what they use. That's the work they're doing in under nation building work. So it was so easy for me to work with them. I talked to the principal, and they were paid some money for the work that they were doing in cut of drain construction. It was not easy work, but after the construction of cut of drain, all the students now came on board, helping me on the management. And then we now made a timetable on how each group managing the crops.
Now, Mutulla, apart from the students, you have other members of the community, that is the support staff, the parents, the teaching staff, and even guests. What have you observed in their change of attitude, change of mindset when they see what's happening in that community? How have they reacted to the changes?
To be sincere, they are very happy. And according to them, according to school administration, They're saying this is what they wanted. And teachers are now buying vegetable from the farm. Staffs are buying vegetable from the farm. And everybody is happy. They are coming to learn from us, spacing of vegetable. As you can see, the other technologies that I introduced, like the mandala garden, the circular gardening. That one, if it was an examination, I would have gotten a distinction during World Food Day, because even governor representative took more than half an hour getting his explanation on how mandala garden works and how it is constructed. All the guests were interested in how that is done, and they were asking me, am I an engineer or what? Because they were like the CODs should be constructed by road engineers. Why is it that you, an agriculturalist, you are in a position to construct a COD? Then I explained to them that I am a 1,000-headed technician. I cut across everything, and I do everything in a sustainable manner. Yes.
Usually we are seeing this picture where there's a wheelbarrow and some painting on the floor. Is that the one you are referring to? Mutulla?
Pardon?
There's this picture where I'm seeing the wheelbarrow,
Yes.
and you are standing somewhere there. Is that the one you're calling, which kind of a garden? Mandala garden?
The mandala garden. This one that is just next to where I'm walking, that is
Yes.
drawn by some white mark.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the mandala garden.
Can you explain what happened? We don't understand what you're talking about.
Very true. How I wish it can be put on the screen fully.
Yes.
Our IT technicians, please help us. IT technician, I'm not an IT expert.
I can see the lines, the marking with the ash.
Yes.
Then the wheelbarrow. Then I'm seeing some where you are standing as though you have been digging that place.
Oh yes. Cut-off drain. Mandala garden is made in a similar way as double digging bed, or double dug bed, but it is done in a circular manner, whereby you measure a circumference in the center of where you want to work of around 3 feet, and then you give a space of 2 feet. Then you make a circular mark round. Then you measure 1.2 meters round. 1.2 meters round. After putting that demarcation, you measure from the demarcation. You measure like 2 feet. You start digging the 2 feet soil, going 1 meter. Going 1 feet deep. You remove the soil. You put it aside. There will remain a hole.
Okay.
For you to fill that hole, you will continue digging forward to fill the hole. As you will be going round circularly, you will find that where you started, there is a heap of soil, and internet connection. Where you started, there is a heap of soil, and where you are ending, there is a hole. So you take the heaped soil, you fill the hole that is left there. And the same thing you've done to the first inner chamber is the same one you do to the next chamber, depending with the number of chambers that you want. It's going to be raised. It's going to be like a raised bed, 1 feet deep to the ground. Now, like what Mr. Eon was asking about COD, does COD help us in water retention? Mandala garden helps us in water retention to the soil, because it is a loose soil that absorbs water like a soft mattress. Now, when you plant a crop vegetable there, even during dry season, you do not need to water on a daily basis because the soil is loose and also soft and also deep. So the plant root will go down looking for the water. And the plant root will not, by any means or by any way, come across soil hard pan because we shall have broken all the soil hard pans.
Wow.
The type of crops that can be planted there. Maybe somebody would love to ask that.
Mutulla, I think you bring a new topic that we never discussed in the past. Is the water retention, or is it just a few?
At the institution, now I would say all agriculture students and all teachers of SIA Institute of Technology has the knowledge on mandala construction, planting and management. Because I did it in college 12 years ago when I was in Baraka College. That was 12 years back. So Mr. James will tell you that knowledge cannot rot. It's a knowledge that I banked on my brain 12 years ago, and I'm now putting it in practice. And to these people, they're seeing it as a new technology. But to me, it was something that I did 12 years back. Pure organic. Pure organic.
I think that's very exciting when we talk about that mandala garden. Now I'm seeing this one where you are, the big holes, 2 big holes you are in. This is which kind of farming technique?
Yes. That one is, I would say it is Tumbukiza system. Planting of maize, 9 seeds in a Tumbukiza system. Planting of 9 seeds in one hole. Growing of maize, 9 seeds in one hole. Seeds in one hole.
That hole looks really big. Yeah, for 9 seeds, that hole looks really big. I'm just noting from the picture.
The hole is 2 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. It is 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters by 60 centimeters. And it is done this way. This is the procedure.
Yes.
You measure a portion of land 2 by 2 by 2 feet or 6 centimeters all round. You dig 30 centimeters, we call it topsoil or subsoil. You put aside. You dig the remaining 30 centimeters deep. You put aside. You take the 30 centimeters of topsoil. You mix with organic manure. After mixing with organic manure, you return it back. Now it is 60 by 60 by 60. You will be planting your crops at 20 centimeters apart. 20 centimeters, that is the spacing crops. 20 centimeters apart. And I've practically done it. I'm targeting 9 maize cobs here. Enough organic manure and a top dress using the slurry, that is cow's urine mixed with water and cow dung. Put in a place to ferment. I use that for top dressing. I might get 2 times one hole. Once in the 18 or female scopes, when I first practiced this when I was from college, I managed to get 1.5 tin of maize. That is 3 kgs of maize from one hole. 3 kgs of maize from one hole. Threshed maize, not with the maize cobs. Threshed maize. Okay, so you will find that Mutulla has 1 acre piece of land. I hire a tractor. I plow the land and I'll pay the owner of the tractor 3,000 Kenya shillings. I'll be using inorganic fertilizer of maize, 2 to 3 bags of maize from my 1 acre piece of land. It is happening this side. It is something that we are seeing practically. Instead of getting 2 to 3 bags of maize from 1 acre piece of land, just dig 40 holes. You'll be getting 1 bag. 40 holes, you'll be getting 40 tins of maize. 40 tins of maize, that would be 80 kgs of maize. Equivalent to 1 bag of maize. Or your family will get green maize to boil and eat, maybe for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And at the end of it, you will also be having your vegetable on your mandala. Besides that, you'll be having a vegetable on your mandala. As it is shared on the screen, you can see I had already planted now the mandala garden. Those are agriculture students. They are newly admitted students. They say they want to work at the farm. They've taken mandala as their project. They do wheat management themselves. They do harvesting. They weigh the recording, because we must also have farm records. They do recording, and then now they come to me, they tell me, this is what we've gotten. Now I tell them, I now calculate how much was I to pay them if they were casual laborers. Then I find out that I was to pay them much more money as compared to amount of vegetable that I'm going to give them. So I tell them, today let 2 people take vegetable. The remaining to the procurement body is consumed. So we use them to get labor. We give them vegetable in exchange of the service that they've offered to us. The larger part of vegetable that we are getting also from our mandala, we sell to the school, we sell to the community, who are also the staffs, teaching and non-teaching staffs.
So Mutulla, thank you very much. As you can see, we have about 4 minutes to wind up.
Yes.
Unless somebody has a question, we need to give our last remarks.
Sure.
Colleagues, is there somebody else want to bring in something?
Yes,
I have a question.
Yes, Evans.
Yes, Evans.
This one, Mutulla, is mentioned something called the slurry. Before we forget, I would like him to give me the ratios of that so I can try it at my farm here.
The slurry, if you have a dairy unit, in your farm, a place where wastewater from the used water from the dairy unit is channeled, that hole, it's usually a mixture of cow urine, water, and cow dung. Just go there. You can take like the same, you pour onto your maize seedlings, as you can see there, the maize seedlings that are there. Now, this one is different from this one is you do not mix it with you must not dilute it. You use it like that to do top dressing for your crops. Unlike the, are we together?
Yeah, I can hear you. I understand.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very inspiring time with Mutulla Kassy. One thing I like with Mutulla is that it's always open to learning, and I think this will go a long way. And one thing which we are very keen about is the change of mindsets. That's what at the start they were saying nothing can happen.